Hello everybody, we're back with some more Minecraft. I just got off a session with my automatic fish farm. Let's start at the bottom chest to see what we've got. Bunch of fishies. Some water bottles. We've been catching a lot of cod, that's good. I organized this bottom chest to see just how much we can get out of it. Good on these numbers. What about chest 2? Oh, geez. I'm gonna have a lot to go through, aren't I? Looting. Alright. Knockback and unbreaking. I'll take the unbreaking for armor. I have no idea what these do. Infinity and Depth Strider. I'm not sure what I want to put that on, if I want to go Infinity for a bow or Depth Strider for boots. I'll take it anyway. Silk Touch. That's going on a pickaxe. Another Looting 2 book, but Protection 3. It might be more important for me to have looting. Cool. Sharpness 4. Yeah, definitely needing to make a looting sword. All those are good books. What about the bows? Ooh. So I can just take this one and merge it with my old one. Oh, I should probably mention that I fished this up. I fixed it up with Unbreaking 3. Now, is there another Luck of the Sea one in here? There's a lure. That's also really good. Is there another lure? There's another Luck of the Sea too. That is actually perfect. Alright, so Luck of the Sea 2, Luck of the Sea 2, and Lure 2. Where's the other Lure 2 one? Was there a smaller Lure 2 in here? Huh. So I can put that one here. I can mix these two together and then I can put that on this. That'll be really good. I'm going to put this one back. Power 4, Punch 2. I don't want Punch on my bows. This one just has Lures 3. Torches. That's another interesting one. Mending and Power 4. Ooh. Do I have a standard flame bow in here, though? Sweet. Okay, so let's see. What about... I'm gonna need to mix all these together. What about these ones? Unbreaking 3, that's good. I don't know what these books do, but I'll take them. Should probably research my mods a bit. It's a really good haul, all things considered, but what I want to do in this episode, I actually have no legitimate idea at the moment. I think gameplay is just the idea right now. I do need to use my enchanting power. I also need to put these books away somewhere. I actually did cook up some fish earlier, so we won't be hurting for food, finally. It's very good. I think I should expand my farm on this. I still didn't go and sync up the portal yet. When fully grown, I do get around 30 sugarcane from what this is doing right now. And I'm thinking I should be able to close in on that 15 enchantment table deal. I need to cut down some more oak logs soon. Do I have any more oak wood anywhere? Personal chest right shouldn't be too bad an idea. Okay, let's go put these up. Blast prot, I don't want that. Sweeping edge. I should probably make the start of some new tools. All my ores are inside. Let's take a tally of what I have, yeah? You know, I didn't get any mending on these books, did I? We could start by making a sword. So what we need to do is we need to get sharpness on it before we enchant with the looting. So let's take that book. Do we have an unbreaking 3 in here? I don't want knockback on it though. You know what, that's something we could do. I could go down to my mind. Do I want to... What's my best thing here? Do I want to do mithril? Effect fire damage. That might help. How do I make that? I need an iron rod and 2 hellfire ingots. What about infernal? Can't tell how much damage that does. empty tag. Let's grab our obsidian ingots. Ingots. I should be able to make that sword. It's missing tags. That's unfortunate. The sword is missing tags for that. Honestly, let's heat up the hellfire crystals. And we'll make our fancy sword out of that. I think mithril has a higher enchantability rate, so I could probably get good enchants for a new mithril armor set. I do also want to make netherite things. Then we need iron rod. And then we can start. Let's put our sharpness onto it. And we can start putting our other things onto it. And all my levels are now gone, but we have a really good sword that does fire damage to those susceptible to it. I need to get a good way of getting experience. Kinda wondering. Let's make a mithril pickaxe. And let's go see what it enchants to. Because I know it has better enchantability, and I think it's on the level of gold, if I remember correctly. Same deal with the obsidian pickaxe, but its harvest level's diamond. That's like netherite level. So we'll see what these are able to be enchanted by just by sticking them into the crafting table. And if we see something that's really high by consideration, like that, the mithril pickaxe should have the same enchant. No. No. Okay, so it seems like they are within a level of each other for enchantability. That is really interesting to know. So we have two pickaxes that we can work on. And do I have a spare? Because I kind of want to put silk touch on one of these things. Infinity's going on a netherite bow when we get it. Silk touch. Let's go see about putting this. Because we can get fortune for the obsidian pickaxe, let's put silk touch on the mithril one. And that'll be the last enchant that we can do for a moment. I probably could have put it on this as well, but yeah. So I have project things that I'm going to put in here. Can I apply that infinity book? To a mending bow. There was something that was always a pain in the backside about these things, and I don't... Yeah, if they have mending on them, you cannot apply infinity to them. So that kind of sucks, all things considered. Put all of our things back. I guess we can put away the steel sword now that we have this. I need to get water in this bucket. I need to repair the tungsten hammer when I get mending. No idea when that's going to be because I haven't been lucky. And we need to put the project fishing rods for the time being. Already 16 minutes in doing random junk things. I don't love it. Yeah, I think we'll put the project pieces right there, and I believe I want to go and make the Netherite mine in this one, so we'll bring these ladders with us. Pop this down. I should probably bring a bunch more chests with me, or at least some at this point. Do I have an obsidian axe? Yes, I do. But I don't have any oak trees around that I can see. At least not very many. Definitely going to dig this out. I'm probably going to put glass around this so that we can see down, but nothing can spawn when I light it up properly for the slime farm. And I still need to finish up the mob farm downstairs. Honestly, I'm thinking about making it into a drowned farm so I can get copper out of it, because I have this sword now with looting 3. If I can get mending and sharpness 5 on it, that'll be like the sword of swords. So what else do we need here? We need to make chests. I need more oak wood. I'm going to the Nether next after we get this done. Let's not make a mistake that we did before. And I'm able to pick up leaves. That's cool, but I don't need them right now. Okay. Let's make some more chests, because we're going to store all of the netherrack that we get out of the netherite mine in these chests. So let's do this. And then from our portal, we can literally just dig a hole and go down. Useless, but I'm going to bring a water bucket with me. Just because I want to have a refill. So let's go to the nether and let's dig down like an absolute fool. And I never did go down like I was supposed to, or over to the place that we needed. This is so hazardous right now. We need to go down to layer -14. Iridium. Should probably be using my fortune pickaxe, my little guy here. It's only fortune 1, but it's still well worth it. Now we'll go ahead and fill this back in because this is the Nether. We don't need to be really fancy with it. I'm just digging down in a 2x1 so I don't get immediately melted by lava. Magma block. That's interesting. So funny thing, we actually need. Well, we could probably use magma blocks. So we will be collecting this. And if memory serves, I do believe there are chisel variants of this block, so that would be pretty cool to use. But my use case for this, if I make a gold farm in the Nether, in a Nether Wastes biome, zombified piglins are the only things that can spawn on these, so that'll make it really nice and easy for us if we try to build with this stuff. It would also probably help if I did this with a better pickaxe. But I don't really have access to that right now. Prettium. Because of how much I've done in my hardcore world already at this point, I know the ores that we're going to be getting. Prettium is a very good one to find down here if you're lacking, say, a diamond tool. The other thing I'm going to need to figure out is where a smithing template is. I really hope that it's in the bastion that we saw an episode or two ago. This one, ow, back. And then we can do this. Bring those ladders down. Almost there. we can just do this. We can start carving a little bit of a hole. Got every new ore in the Nether. Yay. Okay, so we need to not be using the hammer anymore. Yeah, definitely need quartz. Alright, so this is the start of our netherite mine. Not looking too bad thus far. That is an axe. Let's see if we can get lucky and get some netherite. I'm gonna need to make a lot of tunnels. Tritarium. Nice. So before we make our tunnels, just in case, we can put all of this stuff in here. We can start storing the ores on the other side. And now with the chest, we can put all this miscellaneous junk in there for the time being. Let's grab all this, and then we can go on a mining spree. So I'm kind of curious about getting a full set of Tritarium armor. So if we can take a look at that. Because it's only listed for armor right now. But effects have fire resistance, which is really good. So 440 durability for the helmet, 640 for the chest plate, 600 for the leggings, and 520 for the boots. I would be very, very satisfied and happy with that as a set of armor. So hopefully we can get enough things to make a full set of that. That's going to be one of my goals. Because one, it looks dark, it looks cool. And again, I would not mind having that to run around in. I wouldn't be surprised if it has low enchantability, considering it already has fire resistance. I need to get mending on my hammer, like really, really badly. There's an enchant that I know for pickaxes called Vein Miner, and apparently it's got levels to it. Book. box strider. I think it's Moshiz that we're looking in for. Crystal affinity. If it's in V, wouldn't it be up here? Skulk Smite. Auto Smelt. Wrecking. I am just sort of searching for all these books because I want to know what I can get. Ricochet. Implosion. Could have swore there was a vein miner thing. Time check. Half an hour. I'm hoping that Tritarium stuff isn't going to be a pain in the backside to get, because I want all of it. At least the Tritarium dust is going to be a pain. The green stuff, that's not going to be a pain, because that's a common ore. I wonder if we would have to go lower to get more of a shot. Go ahead and get all of this. I wonder why some of my tags are messed up still. Like with the obsidian sword, that is kind of sad because I really wanted to use that. But that specific one is just not showing up, so I guess the creator might have to fix that in the future. Because we really didn't do much in this episode aside from doing this. I think I'm going to let it go for a little while longer. Quartz does not belong in here. Then we'll start here. I love being in line with a lava spire. Digging netherrack really shreds your durability, so just be wary of that, yeah. Oh. That's fun. So there are up to 2 more in this specific chunk. So I could probably open it up a little. No, I'm not going to do this every single time, because I really don't like doing this sort of mining. What I'm going to start doing between this and the next episode, though, is I'm going to enchant my new pickaxes. I'm going to work to get efficiency and fortune on the obsidian pickaxe. Yeah, let's just dig out a chunk. Why don't we? Makeshift mob farm, never hurt anybody. Things are going to be spewing out when we get Fortune 3, I'm telling you what. We got some debris already. If I got 3 more of those, I can make a netherite diamond, like, upgrade pickaxe thingamajigger. But, what I really want is this. I want to make a netherite bow with power 5. I need 3 netherite ingots to do it, though. But damage modifier is plus 3.0. Pull speed is plus 10%. So it's really, really good. And that's going to be my netherite, or like my warden killer. Hellfire crystal, yay, 2 of them. I'm going to be opposed to doing a hellfire pickaxe. Alright, so it doesn't seem like we're going to be lucky in this chunk, so let's get back in line. Now here's a big question. Is there 3 here? Looks to be just 2. Okay. So we're getting somewhere. Imagine how long it's going to take to get like full netherite anything. I guess we'll leave that be. Unless there was just 1. this tunnel. Force a habit. So, drop the ore in here. Game definitely likes me wanting to. The game definitely wants me to have some demonite, apparently. And we're done with this tunnel. Did I mention that I still have to go up and mine that super massive quartz vein? That'll be good for my experience stores. Piglins make me very irate. They are so very annoying. There goes the pick. I'm gonna go back. Oh. Take some iridium, that's good. Iridium or pyridium? Pyridium, okay. Be sure to commit that to memory. I'm really curious if I'd be lucky enough to find a Netherite big ore vein. I've done it once in some other random world that I don't have anymore. Like ancient debris. It was just a giant pocket larger than a chunk. It extended at least 2 chunks out. It was crazy. If I could get one more netherite, or like ancient debris, I think I'll end off the episode. I still have other things that I want to do, and I'm just like... I say all these things that I want to do, and I keep adding more to the list, and I just never do the old things that I want to do. Sort of unfortunate, but... let's not. Diggy diggy hole. I'm surprised I'm not getting a lot more ore to show up, to be completely honest. This is just not on my mining path. Can I get something good, please? It's too hot to have like gold ingots in the nether. That's why everything shows up as nuggets. Might not be the smartest thing to be mining on a chunk border. I'm not seeing too much ore, but... dust, definitely. It's called foulite, if it wasn't said before. Give me one ancient debris, man, please. How's our time looking? 49 minutes. Now, I have to stop what I'm doing, and I have to check the time every so often because I'm recording at 4K. And it's just like, it's really annoying when I have to do so, but... Okay, we're done with this tunnel. But... dig our way back so we have more of a shot to find something like Piridium. A total waste. Actually, I don't need blackstone at the moment. One, I think I might go foraging a little bit to see if I can get a bunch of chicken eggs, because if I can get chickens to my area, I can actually start making an automatic chicken cooker farm. I think I mentioned that I want to build one of these for my hardcore world later down the line, but that's not for another couple weeks at this point, I think, is when I mentioned it. But it's another design by Azuma Void, just like the automatic fish farm. Yay. Yay? Yay, why are they... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not supposed to happen. This might be a large vein. Because there are 4 ancient debris in this chunk. That's not supposed to be a thing. Unless if it's 3 and then a +1. That is super weird. Yeah, only 3 debris are supposed to be able to spawn in any one chunk. So this has me curious. Unless if it is a completely random chance to get a bonus piece of debris. I got excitable, which is really unfortunate. Darn. But yay, because we got more of this. The chunk is definitely interesting. And again, it's not out of the question for me to get a large, like extra large vein of ancient debris down here. Because you saw the quartz one that we had a few episodes when we first went to the Nether. That stuff can happen for any ore in the vanilla base game. I do not need gravel, so we're going to grab the other stuff. I'm still trying to figure out a time when I go to deal with that warden. Because unfortunately there's literally only 1 block that I want out of that dimension, maybe 2. And it's called Gloom Slate. It's a nice tan brown block that goes well with a lot of different things that I'm already building with. Or that I really want to build with. There's lava up there. Let's not tango with that. We are about done in this episode once we get back to our main area. Cut it off. But what I'm going to do off screen is I'm going to AFK further at my fishing farm. And I'm going to start putting together my actual toolkit. For dealing with the Ender Dragon. This Since I have this looting sword, that should make it easier to collect the ender pearls. And with the Silk Touch pickaxe, I'm actually able to pick up the Nylium, both Crimson and Warped. So if I want to grow the nether trees in the overworld, I can grab a bunch of that stuff and we can just bone meal it to spread it with all this netherrack. Trying to see maybe how much longer we have. All of scarce ore. Yay. So with that, I do believe we can make 2 pieces of netherite ingots. Oh. Almost there. I'm also gonna, at the very least, take all... Cool. I'm gonna take all the ore that I get out of this. I'm gonna smelt it up and I'm gonna have all these ingots to work with. So let's put all of this away. We got a really good haul of stuff. Ten is sort of an odd number for all this, but it's still good. Then we should be able to bring most of this back. I want the books, torches, the Peridium over here. Peridium. And that should be fine. Alright. Now we got our ancient debris situation settled. And our netherite mine set up as well. We can start smelting all these things when we get the proper things together. I'm gonna finally also make my way over to that warped forest. I believe it was in that direction. I'm gonna collect myself some of the crimson nylium. And we're gonna start making some farms of this stuff one of these times. So that'll do it for this episode of Modded Minecraft. And I'm going to go ahead and put this quartz away wherever I was putting it away at. Put a little in here, but you'll probably start doing it in here. And the gold nuggets can go over here by their brethren. Sapling in here, miscellaneous stuff here. I need those sticks actually. Good on food. And then the foulite dust. Just put in here. We got a good amount of the tritarium dust thus far, but we need to work on all of our things. So again, we will work on all of this in the next episode. So thanks for watching, and do stay tuned for more. Oh man, I have way too many things to do and not enough time to do them. And wow, we made it past an hour. Yay. Go for that. Bye-bye.